The people who work on cruise ships, the ones who spend months living on board, who walk past the buffet every single day, who see exactly what happens behind those kitchen doors, they have a list. A mental list of foods they will never touch. Not because they are picky, not because they have allergies, but because they have seen things that change the way they eat forever. These are professionals, servers, cabin stewards, bartenders, cooks, people who watch thousands of passengers load up their plates with food that the crew quietly avoids. They smile, they serve, and they think to themselves, if only you knew. Today I am going to share 9 foods that cruise ship crew members refuse to eat, and once you understand why, you might never look at the buffet the same way again. Let us start with the first one. And this might be the most surprising of all, because it looks so fresh and healthy sitting there in those beautiful bowls. The salad bar. I know. You are thinking, but salad is good for you. Salad is healthy. Salad is the responsible choice when you are surrounded by pizza and pasta and chocolate cake. How can salad possibly be dangerous? Here is what the crew knows that you do not. Salad sits out in the open for hours. And I do not mean 1 hour or 2 hours. I mean from the moment the breakfast buffet opens until the moment the lunch buffet closes, and then again from lunch until dinner. Those lettuce leaves, those tomato slices, those cucumber chunks, they are exposed to the air the entire time. Every single person who walks past that salad bar breathes on it. Every person who reaches for the tongs touches them. Every sneeze within 10 feet sends invisible particles floating right onto those fresh vegetables. And here is the part that really matters. Norovirus, the stomach bug that has made thousands of cruise passengers sick, loves raw vegetables. The virus can survive on surfaces for days. It can survive on food for hours. And unlike cooked food where heat kills the germs, salad is served raw. Nothing kills the bacteria. Nothing kills the virus. Whatever lands on that lettuce goes right into your body. Crew members who have worked in the galley, that is what they call the kitchen on a ship. They have seen passengers cough directly over the salad bar. They have seen children stick their fingers into the containers. They have seen people use their bare hands instead of the tongs. And they have decided, no thank you, not worth the risk. Now let us move to the second food. And this one breaks my heart because it tastes so good when it is fresh. Sushi from the buffet. Not sushi from the specialty Japanese restaurant on board where a trained chef prepares it right in front of you. That is usually fine. I am talking about the sushi that sits in the buffet line. Those little rolls arranged so prettily on trays, waiting for someone to pick them up. Raw fish is one of the most sensitive foods in the entire world. It has to be kept at exactly the right temperature. Not just cold, but very specifically cold, or bacteria start multiplying faster than you can imagine. And here is the problem with buffet sushi. It sits out, under lights that generate heat, in a room full of warm bodies. And by the time you decide to grab a piece, it might have been sitting there for an hour or 2 or 3. Crew members know something that most passengers do not think about. When sushi is prepared fresh by a chef and served immediately, it is probably safe. When sushi sits in a buffet line where the temperature is not perfectly controlled, it becomes a gamble. And food poisoning from bad sushi is not a gentle experience. It is violent. It is horrible. It can ruin your entire vacation. The crew has seen passengers get sick from buffet sushi. They have seen people spend days in their cabins, missing all the ports, missing all the fun, because they grabbed a California roll that had been sitting out too long. So when they want sushi, they go to the specialty restaurant. They watch the chef make it fresh, and they eat it immediately. The third food crew members avoid might shock you because it seems so innocent. Scrambled eggs at the buffet. Not eggs made to order at the omelet station where you watch the chef crack fresh eggs and cook them right in front of you. Those are fine. I am talking about the big metal trays of fluffy yellow scrambled eggs sitting in the hot holding area at the buffet. Here is what happens to those eggs. They are cooked in enormous batches, sometimes using liquid egg product from a carton rather than fresh eggs. Then they go into those metal trays. Then they sit under heat lamps. And they wait, and wait some more. Every time you see someone scoop scrambled eggs from that tray, those eggs have been sitting there for who knows how long. Eggs are tricky. They can harbor salmonella if they are not cooked properly. And when they sit in the temperature danger zone, that space between hot enough and cold enough where bacteria thrive, they become risky. The eggs might look fine, they might smell fine, but the bacteria multiplying inside them do not care how things look or smell. Crew members who have worked the breakfast shift know how long those eggs can sit there. They know that sometimes the tray is not refilled. It is just topped off with fresh eggs piled on top of old eggs. And they have decided that if they want eggs, they will wait in line at the omelet station, where everything is cooked fresh to order. Now the fourth food. And this one is going to make some people really upset, because it is one of the most popular things on any cruise ship. Soft serve ice cream. Those machines that dispense creamy swirls of vanilla and chocolate, sometimes both twisted together, sitting right there available 24 hours a day. Kids love them. Adults love them. On a hot day by the pool, there is nothing better than a soft serve cone. But crew members are very careful about soft serve. And here is why. Those machines have to be cleaned. Properly. Regularly. Thoroughly. The milk-based mixture that becomes your ice cream is the perfect breeding ground for bacteria if the machine is not sanitized correctly. And on a busy cruise ship, with thousands of passengers using those machines every single day, keeping them perfectly clean is a constant battle. Crew members have seen machines that were not cleaned properly. They have seen the inside of those dispensers when maintenance opens them up. They have heard stories about passengers getting sick after eating soft serve from machines that had bacterial buildup in the tubes and nozzles. Does this mean every soft serve machine is dangerous? No. Most cruise lines take sanitation very seriously. But crew members know that some machines, on some ships, during some voyages, do not get the attention they need. And since they cannot tell from the outside whether a machine has been properly maintained, many of them simply avoid soft serve altogether. The fifth food crew members skip is something you see everywhere on cruise ships. Fruit that has already been cut and is sitting in the open. Watermelon slices. Pineapple chunks. Melon pieces arranged beautifully on platters. They look so refreshing, so healthy, so perfect for a snack between meals. But think about what happens to that fruit. Someone in the kitchen cuts it open, exposing the wet flesh inside to the air. Then it goes out to the buffet. Then it sits there. People reach over it. People breathe on it. And unlike fruit with a peel that protects the inside, cut fruit has no protection at all. Raw fruit is another one of those foods that can harbor norovirus and other bacteria because it is not cooked. Whatever lands on it stays on it. And crew members have learned that the safest fruit is the fruit you peel yourself. A banana, an orange, an apple you wash and eat whole. Anything where the outside protects the inside until the moment you are ready to eat it. The sixth food might be the most controversial on this entire list. Rare or medium rare steak. Now before you get upset, let me explain. There is nothing wrong with ordering a steak cooked the way you like it at a specialty restaurant where a trained chef prepares your specific cut of meat. That is a controlled environment with high standards. The concern is with steaks prepared in massive quantities for the main dining room or the buffet. When kitchens are cooking hundreds of steaks in a short period of time, mistakes happen. Temperature control becomes harder. And crew members have seen steaks that were supposed to be medium rare come out barely warm in the center. Not because that is how the guest ordered it, but because the kitchen was overwhelmed and could not cook everything properly. Undercooked beef can contain harmful bacteria. E. coli lives in meat that has not reached a safe internal temperature. And while a well-managed kitchen should never serve dangerous food, crew members who have worked in busy galleys know that rush periods create risks. They often order their steaks medium well or well done, sacrificing a little tenderness for the peace of mind that comes from knowing the meat was fully cooked. The seventh food crew members approach with extreme caution: shellfish from the buffet, shrimp, crab legs, mussels, oysters. These are some of the most prized and expensive items you will find on a cruise ship. They feel luxurious. They feel special. They feel like a treat you deserve on vacation. But shellfish is incredibly sensitive. It spoils faster than almost any other protein. It has to be kept at perfect temperatures from the moment it leaves the ocean until the moment it reaches your mouth. And when it goes bad, the consequences are severe. Crew members know that shellfish sitting in a buffet line is a risk. The heat from the warming trays might not be hot enough to keep it safe. The cold from the ice beds might not be cold enough to prevent bacterial growth. And shellfish poisoning is not a mild inconvenience. It is violent vomiting. It is severe diarrhea. It is sometimes a trip to the ship's medical center for IV fluids. When crew members want shellfish, they order it at a specialty restaurant where it is prepared fresh. They eat it immediately. And they never, ever grab shrimp from a buffet tray that has been sitting out for an unknown amount of time. The eighth food is something you might find at the beverage stations: fountain drinks from machines that are not frequently cleaned. Those soda dispensers, the ones where you push your cup against the lever and cola or lemonade or fruit punch comes pouring out. They have nozzles. Those nozzles get wet. They stay wet. And wet surfaces in warm environments grow mold and bacteria. Crew members have seen what builds up inside those nozzles when they are not cleaned daily. It is not pretty. It is slimy. It is sometimes actually visible as a dark ring around the inside of the dispenser. And while most cruise lines have strict cleaning schedules, crew members know that not every machine gets the attention it needs every single day. Many crew members bring their own water bottles. They drink bottled water from sealed containers. They get their beverages from bars where the dispensers are cleaned more frequently. And they avoid pushing their cups against nozzles that hundreds of other passengers have touched throughout the day. And finally, the ninth food crew members avoid: mayonnaise-based salads that sit in the cold section of the buffet, potato salad, egg salad, tuna salad, chicken salad, coleslaw with creamy dressing. All of those dishes that use mayonnaise as a base ingredient. Here is the thing about mayonnaise. It is made with eggs. It is extremely sensitive to temperature. And when it gets warm, even slightly warm, bacteria multiply rapidly. The danger zone for mayonnaise-based dishes is shockingly narrow. A little too warm for a little too long, and suddenly that innocent-looking potato salad becomes a stomach problem waiting to happen. Crew members know that buffet items do not always stay at the perfect temperature. The ice underneath the cold dishes melts. The air conditioning in the dining room varies. And mayonnaise-based salads are often the first casualties. They look fine. They smell fine. But the bacteria inside them do not announce their presence until 12 hours later when you are hugging the toilet in your cabin. So, now you know. 9 foods that the people who live and work on cruise ships think twice about before eating. Does this mean you should never eat salad or sushi or scrambled eggs on a cruise? Not necessarily. Millions of people eat these foods every year on cruise ships and feel perfectly fine. The odds of getting sick are actually quite low. Cruise ships have strict food safety regulations. They are inspected regularly. Most of the time, everything is perfectly safe. But the crew members who see behind the scenes, the ones who know how busy the kitchens get, the ones who have witnessed the rare mistakes that happen, they have made their choices. They eat at specialty restaurants when they can. They choose cooked foods over raw foods. They avoid anything that has been sitting out for too long. They wash their hands constantly, and they pay attention to what they put in their body. Maybe you will change nothing after watching this. Maybe you love the buffet, and you will keep loading up your plate with all your favorites. That is completely okay. You will probably be perfectly fine. Or maybe, just maybe, you will pause before grabbing that third helping of shrimp from the tray that has been sitting under the heat lamp since noon. Maybe you will notice that the scrambled eggs look a little dry, a little tired, and you will walk over to the omelet station instead. Maybe you will reach for a banana rather than pre-cut melon from the platter. Small choices, simple changes, the kind of awareness that might make the difference between a perfect vacation and 3 days stuck in your cabin wondering what went wrong. The crew knows what they know, because they have seen what they have seen. And now, so do you. Enjoy your cruise. Enjoy the incredible food. Just enjoy it with your eyes wide open.